Good morning, everyone. So I'm super excited today because I'm gonna start working on some particle effects. I did a bunch of research because I had a picture in my head of what I wanted to happen when we throw this ball, um, but I didn't really know exactly where to start or what really it would look like, or so I just needed some inspiration. So before we even start, I need to call out this Niagara genius, who I am now a patron of. Has so many good ideas and such good content, and pretty much publishes a new tutorial every single day. Look at this, every day on just literally only Niagara and visual effects in Unreal Engine, and it's just um, so many good ideas. So I found something I wanted to do, and we're going to try to integrate it and see how we can tweak it, make it our own. But it did give me the idea of what I wanted the ball to do when we toss it. So I just let's go into here. Now this is Ashif Ali's Patreon page. There's just so much content; it's unbelievable. He's very busy because I always get notifications of his new stuff, and it's good to just take a look and see what is going through his head today. So I encourage you guys to check it out. And yeah, so just this is not going to be a long one, only because it's late in the day. I had a bunch of stuff I had to do this morning, and yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I got up here and talked about what we're gonna do, because it'll be good to kick off the idea. So now what I want to happen is the ball, when we flick it in the air, will now I have a couple ideas. Either so the ball's definitely going to be like fiery. It's got to light on fire, and I don't know if we're going to see it on fire. Like, first of all, there's the issue of how's it going to spawn in. Is it going to just turn one of the existing balls into I'm going to call it a meteor ball, or maybe have a little gauge, like a UI widget on the left that builds up, and when it, maybe I like a little magic bar where I can pull one of these special balls out and throw it. That way I can use it up. And we don't have the issue of how does a normal ball turn into a meteor ball. But since I am a big fan of starting out with simple, tiny, easy tasks, I'm going to just break it into a couple tasks that we're going to do first. So let's break them up and see what we can get done in a short time today. All right, so let's see. So now one thing is, I want to, for just testing purposes, I want to be able to generate either all meteor balls or just randomly some meteor balls, and I can worry about the whole that gets rid of the whole issue of making this UI widget and dragging it out and all. So we'll make this problem simple. We already can make balls spawn. So let's open up our spawn component dispenser. Now, I originally wanted this game, I explained this before, to be a candy tossing game, and I never got around to changing like one or two of the components. So these balls are actually being dispensed by the candy dispenser. If you're wondering why, that is why. So let's see. This is how it's currently being dispensed. Alright, so when the game starts, we generate all of the base variables, and we just set them with the throw plane, the player controller, nothing special there. Now, Dispense Candy is triggered by an event, just a custom event called Dispense Candy. Whenever it finds a Dispense Candy, it triggers off this function, Spawn Candy. So really, instead of calling this function, all we need to do is whenever we want a new ball to be dispensed, fire this event. I don't even know what this candy slot was supposed to be. Definitely don't need that anymore. Candy slot, you know, maybe I'll just get rid of that now. It's coming from the player controller. So here is my Dispense Candy. It has a single thing called the candy slot. You know, we don't need the candy slot. Just it's not confusing to me, but maybe one day it will. Maybe I'll be like, what? Let's get rid of it. So Spawn Candy, here we go. Let's see. It gets whatever cabinet I have, finds the spawn volume. Now the spawn volume is just a little box that I use to determine the random spots that the ball could appear. Get the component bounds of that box, pick any random point in that box, and that's how we get where this ball is going to appear. Now this could create a bug, which we've seen in previous videos, where a ball can spawn kind of overlapping another ball, and it causes them to like bounce really high in the sky. So really this needs to be optimized to pick a random point, but not overlapping any other ball. That's not a trivial problem. I mean, I guess what I'm thinking in my head is to make it a loop that says spawn and then check to see if it's overlapping. And if it is, just do it again and keep doing it until it finds a good spot. You know, that would fix it, but it would introduce a bunch of loops. I guess with something as small as like 5 balls, it's definitely going to be negligible. So maybe that's going to be the solution. But I can come back to that when we work on that ticket. I don't want to go down any more rabbit holes. So we spawn the ball, and then we turn off decals. That just means if the cabinet has a picture on it, like a custom skin, the way that's implemented is using a decal, and we just want to make sure that this ball does not receive decals. So it, like almost like a projector, that we want it to just ignore the ball. Otherwise it'll look like the decals being wrapped around the ball, which is weird. That's why that's there. Nothing special. So what we would do is hook it in right here. So let's just do something really quick, get this one problem out of the way. Let's put a random, let's randomize it. How do I get a random number? Let's see. Random bool. That's what we want. And we just want to check if it's true or if it's false. Now this is simple. There's no weighted anything in here. This is just for testing. So we can, you know, toss a regular ball, toss a non-regular ball. So we want to spawn. It doesn't matter which one we use. So we want to spawn a regular ball like that, and we want to spawn a meteor ball with the other. So let's go and make one really quick. Let's make a meteor ball. Now I'm thinking the meteor ball can be derived from the regular basketball, and it'll just override a couple functions. Mainly like when you apply the flick, we want it to use a different type of physics. And maybe we want to, when we apply to flick, make the ball look a special way. Or maybe when the ball's created, we want it to apply this particle effect. I don't know yet. But let's go and do that. So let's find our basketball. And let's make a meteor ball. So we're gonna make a new blueprint. Maybe can I just go like this and make a child as accents? No. There we go. What am I thinking? There we go. Meteor. All right. Right now there's no difference, but just to see it working, let's go to the event graph, and whenever it gets spawned, let's do an extra thing where we print I'm a meteor. And now when we dispense, we're going to dispense that one. Let's just Control W, copy that node, change this to a meteor ball. Do a little node maintenance here. Alright, so now we're either making one ball or the other. Let's see what it does. So we got 3 meteor balls and 2 that aren't. So that's it. Now, all we need to do is have this meteor ball receive a new particle effect. So I guess now we're all set up so we can start creating this particle. So let's see. Let's get rid of this, and let's assume that whenever this ball is created, it'll spawn this particle. But we don't have it yet. So let's go and make a particle. Now I have this meteor. So I tried doing it before. Let's see. But I want to walk through how I did it. Yeah, so let's create a new one. New meteor. Alright, so what we're gonna do is let's see, effects. We want to create a new Niagara system. And we will start with a directional burst. Maybe we want to start with like a fountain. Let's start with no emitters. We don't need an emitter. And we will call this system a autosave, beat me to it. A new meteor, and NS for Niagara system. And we will open this up. And right now it's very empty. It has no emitters. So we're going to make our first emitter, which do over here, and we'll go to FX, Niagara emitter. And in this case, we will make a burst of sprites in a specified direction. maybe we want to make a looping fountain. That's usually a really good one to start with. We'll call this emitter. Meteor flames. I guess we'll call it something like that. And we'll say EM for emitter. Let's open that up. Now here we have a super basic fountain, and we're going to be completely screwing around with it and making it better. But before we even do that, we want to create a material to apply to the ball. Yeah, we want to create a material for the ball. So let's come back to this and let's create our material. So we want a new material. We'll call this meteor. Mat. All right. Now the idea here, our ball is round. This is round, so this is going to be a pretty good estimate of what it's going to look like. So we're going to keep it like this, and we are doing unlit. So I guess it's up to you guys whether you want to make it unlit or not. But in my case, it's a lot easier for my mobile scene to render unlit stuff. So I'm just baking all my textures. This is no different. So I'm going to come in here and make this unlit. And now the way that I like to make materials, I mean, I guess the way that anyone should make materials is to like slowly add nodes, see what they do, and preview what's going on node by node. And there's definitely a ton of experimenting involved. There's no one that just instantly gets their material to work. I mean, maybe with experience you start to like see better how it's going to look before you do it, but hugely general idea is that you just play and tweak with stuff and slowly build up your repertoire of like, hey, I remember being able to do X. Let me see if I can recall how I did that, or look at some other example or someone else's example. So the first thing we want to do is we want to get like a base texture to work with that we're going to be modifying and like panning around. So what I did, because I didn't use any, I didn't really have the assets from the videos I was watching, so I just kind of found something that looked nice. We can just go into Google and be like lava texture, and there's tons. I mean, I don't know. I mean, and you could just swap them out and see which one works better. But let's just pick one. This is cool. That's cool. Stop. Oh my god, it's so annoying. I don't want to enter anything in. Texture, media, code and dagger. Let's just add it right here on the texture. Okay. Perfect. So now let's go in here and add it to our directory. So we'll come here, import quick access lava texture. Alright, now we have a texture to play with. So let's go into our mat again. We'll create a texture node. Sample. Alright. And let's get our lava texture free. Put this into the emissive. Alright, that is a little large. Let's get a texture coordinate. UVs. Now, if we want this thing to kind of feel like the lava's moving, we could put a panner in. Put the UVs into coordinates. And now it's not doing anything because we have to set the panner. So let's just make this 1. What happens? Oh, hey. Let's make this 0, make this 0.1. Still too fast. 0.01. Cool. Okay. So it still looks really plain. But if we apply this and then on our meteor ball override the material to meteor, new meteor, isn't it? New meteor. Meteor mat. And now we'll save this. Let's just play it and see how it goes. Alright, so this is clearly needs a lot of work to be done. I have a seam right here I could see. But at least I have a general framework in here for what I want to have. I want it to like glow more. I want like tails to come out the back when that's weird. But it's not a terrible start for like 20 minutes of screwing around. And I guess this is just an intro to what we're going to do since it's late and I need to work now. But yeah, this is the direction we'll be going. We're going to be making a really cool material. It's going to be better than this. And we're just going to build on it and iterate.